Thanks to Tune My Music for sponsoring this video, but more on them later. So in my last video on music streaming services, I compared Apple Music to Spotify to see whether or not it was time for me to switch from Spotify to another platform. But many of you in the video's comments said I should actually skip both and just go with YouTube Music because it's better, apparently. But is YouTube Music that much better? Well, I decided to find out. I've been using YouTube Music for a while now, and in this video, I will be comparing YouTube Music to Spotify based on 4 key points: content, search and recommendation, algorithms, sound quality, and value for money. By the end of this video, I'll tell you guys which I think is a better streaming service, and also tell you guys whether or not I will finally be switching from Spotify to YouTube Music. But before I continue, I'd love it if you would like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which you want to see next. To start, let's talk about music. Which platform has more? Well, both YouTube Music and Spotify claim to have over 100 million songs. With that many songs on both platforms, it's guaranteed that no matter which streaming service you choose, you will easily find all the songs you want to listen to, and then some. This also means that if you ever want to switch from Spotify to YouTube Music, or vice versa, transferring your music collection from one service to the other is a breeze, especially if you use a service like Tune My Music, which is designed for people who want to hop from one music platform to the other, or if you're like me and regularly use multiple streaming services at the same time. So let's say by the end of this video, I do decide to move from Spotify to YouTube Music. All I have to do to transfer my playlists is go to tunemymusic.com on my laptop, phone, or tablet. Then I'll select Spotify as my source, load my playlists from Spotify, select the playlists I want to transfer over, and then select YouTube Music as my destination. I'll then hit Start Transfer, and then Tune My Music's matching technology will work to match songs across your source and destination platforms. And a few minutes later, my entire Spotify music collection is now on my YouTube Music account. Besides transferring playlists, Tune My Music also lets you share tracks and playlists with friends and family, even if they're using a different music streaming service. You can also use Tune My Music to back up your entire music library and sync all your playlists across different streaming services to make sure that your carefully curated music collection is always available to you regardless of the platform you're using. If you're interested in trying Tune My Music, then you can start using it today for free by using the link in our description below. Both platforms offer additional content, such as podcasts, in addition to music. Although Spotify does have a larger podcast collection than YouTube Music, although it doesn't really end there. Each music streaming service also has an extra ace up its sleeve. For example, in addition to podcasts and music, Spotify gives users access to over 375,000 audiobooks. And with a premium subscription, you can enjoy up to 15 hours of free audiobook listening time per month. And then you also have the option to buy additional audiobooks individually if you'd like. On the other hand, YouTube Music has one big advantage over Spotify, and it's the fact that YouTube Music is a part of, well, YouTube. This means that YouTube Music gives users easy access to additional content, such as music videos and live performances. And you're also able to watch those videos ad-free, offline, and in the background. And on top of that, because YouTube Music can take data from your YouTube browsing history, YouTube Music can also help identify the podcast versions of videos you were watching on YouTube. For example, I'm quite a big fan of the channel Fascinating Horror, and I normally watch these videos on YouTube. But since I use the same account for both YouTube and YouTube Music, the YouTube Music app can find the podcast version of the video I'm watching, and it can even let me continue where I left off from in the video version. So that's really convenient. Putting this all together, both YouTube Music and Spotify are pretty much the same when it comes to music content. However, if you are into audiobooks and podcasts, then yeah, you're probably gonna enjoy Spotify's collection. Otherwise, if you regularly watch podcast-style videos from your favorite YouTubers, or you're a big fan of music videos and watching them on the go, then you might like the integration of YouTube videos with YouTube Music. So it's clear that YouTube Music and Spotify have more than enough content to last several lifetimes. But how do you go about listening to your favorite songs, or better yet, discovering new tracks to listen to? Well, on Spotify, there are a couple of ways to do that. A good place to start is Spotify's Discover Weekly, which is a playlist that updates every week with new songs you've probably never heard of, but is actually based on the songs that you're currently listening to. To kick it up a notch, there's also Spotify's Daylist, which is a playlist that updates throughout the day and changes based on the types of the songs you listen to at different times in the day. Hence, Daylist. Get it? Because it's daily. It's the playlist throughout the day. Daylist. Yeah? Cool. For example, I usually work out in the evening, so when 6 p.m. rolls around, my Daylist updates to include a lot more hip-hop and EDM tracks. And then during the day, it turns into, like, I don't know, hopeless romantic pop.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
You can also try out Spotify's DJX feature, which is an AI-based DJ that cues songs based on your listening habits. DJX will play songs you're currently listening to, songs you've probably never heard before but still fits your tastes, and songs you probably haven't listened to in a while. It's actually a great way to have a little throwback to some of your favorite tracks in the last few years. Spotify is also slowly rolling out its AI playlist feature, which allows you to generate playlists using a ChatGPT style prompt. Now, this feature is only available in select countries, but I'm really hoping that this feature will be rolled out to more countries soon. And something I missed in the previous streaming service video, on Spotify you can also create radio stations, which are automatically generated playlists based on your favorite song, artist, or album. Beyond that, you can also take advantage of Spotify's vast selection of curated playlists. And if you have a particular song in mind, you can even search for the title in the search bar, or if you forgot the title, you can search by lyrics. Really convenient if you've got an earworm, but you can't remember the title. So I love that feature. Now, as you can see, Spotify has been ahead of the curve in terms of search and recommendation algorithms. So how does YouTube Music compare? Well, let's take a look. Just like Spotify, YouTube has a feature called Discover Mix. Now, this is essentially a playlist filled with new songs that update weekly according to your listening preferences, similar to Spotify's Discover Weekly. You also get access to playlists such as Your Mix, which is mainly filled with songs from artists you already love, and Super Mix, which is also filled with songs you really like, but includes a wider range of genres. This can come in handy if you've got a long flight or a road trip and you just want a quick way to get a playlist with all the songs that you enjoy listening to, whether it's hip-hop or orchestral or R&B and alternative indie. YouTube Music also lets you create radios just like Spotify, which will play an endless queue of songs based on your favorite songs, artists, or albums. To do this, just scroll down on the homepage and press Create a Radio. Pick your favorite artists and then use the music tuner to adjust settings like artist variety and music discovery, and you can even select filters to personalize the radio to your liking. Now, I really like the way YouTube Music implemented the radio feature, because that ability to adjust the variety in your radio station is nice. It's just nice to have that extra layer of control, and I kind of wish Spotify had that too. Now, so far YouTube Music shares a lot of features similar to Spotify's discovery features. However, YouTube Music does have a few tricks up its sleeve that you won't find on the green side. For example, the Samples tab in YouTube Music, it presents you with songs in a YouTube short kind of interface. It's a nice familiar way to discover new music. Now, Spotify technically does have a similar discovery feature when you scroll down in the home screen, although I much prefer YouTube Music's UI for this, just because it looks like TikTok or YouTube Shorts. It's very familiar, very easy to use, and honestly, what a great implementation. Also, I like that the Explore tab in YouTube Music shows you all the trending songs, music videos, and artists. It's a great and easy way to see what others are listening to, and I kind of wish Spotify had a similar tiered system to show the current music chart toppers. And again, because YouTube Music shares data with your normal YouTube account, your music recommendations are also based on any music videos you watch on the regular YouTube platform, thus making your YouTube Music recommendations feel more personalized and complete. Now, while I enjoy YouTube Music's approach to recommending content, I do wish YouTube would try out some more AI-based features, like Spotify's AI-based DJX, but hey, maybe we'll get some of that in future updates. I mean, everybody's working on AI right now, so come on, it's a matter of time. But the fact is that Spotify has those features, YouTube Music is still a little behind. Oh well. Now, at the end of the day, YouTube Music and Spotify offer various ways to find your favorite tracks and discover new songs, and they both work well. However, if I am picking hairs, I am going to give the edge slightly to Spotify, mainly because the platform offers more AI-centric ways to find new songs, which makes things like generating playlists and queuing up songs really easy. I barely have to put any thought into it. Plus, I really enjoy the daylist feature, and I wish kind of that time-based auto-generated playlist would come to YouTube Music. But who knows, maybe it will come soon. And just to reiterate, YouTube Music's recommendation features are also great, but personally, I just like what Spotify offers more. Alright, let's move on. So when it comes to sound quality, neither YouTube Music nor Spotify offers lossless audio quality, nor do they offer spatial audio formats like Dolby Atmos. And if you're interested in higher quality listening, then you're better off using a service like Apple Music or Tidal. But since most people listen to music with wireless headphones and earbuds, you'll be happy to know that both Spotify and YouTube Music offer comparable streaming quality. Spotify uses the AAC and OGG Vorbis codecs with a max streaming quality of 320 kilobits per second with a premium subscription. Meanwhile, YouTube Music uses the AAC and Opus codecs at, I believe, 256 kilobits per second. Editor, can you do a fact check for me? Just put it here if it's a yes or no. Thank you. Now, in theory, YouTube Music should get the edge because the Opus codec is supposed to provide marginally better sound quality. However, I already fact-checked myself. Although the catch is that YouTube Music actually caps its data rate at 256 kilobits per second, which is below what Spotify offers. Also, Opus isn't as widely supported as the AAC codec, so your device may not even be able to take advantage of the codec. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter which streaming service you use, at least in terms of sound quality. Both YouTube Music and Spotify are gonna offer good enough sound quality for the vast majority of listeners. And again, if you want lossless or spatial audio, then this discussion's moot. And if you want lossless or spatial audio, then you're not choosing either of these. You're going to be going with Tidal or Apple Music or one of the others that offer higher quality listening. In terms of pricing, a subscription to YouTube Music and Spotify costs roughly the same. However, Spotify does cost slightly more across all the plans it offers. Now, one neat thing about Spotify's pricing scheme is the fact that they do offer a duo subscription, which is a good way to save money if you have a partner or just a really good friend. On the other hand, YouTube Music is included with a YouTube Premium subscription, which costs $13.99. Now, it might be more expensive than a Spotify subscription, but those extra few dollars get you all the features of YouTube Music plus ad-free access to YouTube, as well as the ability to play videos in the background, and you can download videos from YouTube for offline viewing. Honestly, if you watch a lot of YouTube videos, this might be a good deal because you're gonna get ad-free listening on music and ad-free viewing on YouTube. Now, let's say you don't wanna pay a monthly fee for a subscription. Who offers a better free plan, YouTube Music or Spotify? Well, the answer is YouTube Music, and here's why. With YouTube Music's free plan, you get access to many features. This includes on-demand playback for podcasts, songs, and music videos. You also get access to audio-only podcasts, and you can play these podcasts in the background, and you should be able to download most podcasts for offline listening. YouTube Music's free plan also lets you queue and repeat songs, and you have unlimited skips. You also have access to the samples tab, and you can still create radios, which can be customized using the music tuner. Although, as expected, you will have to deal with ads. On the other hand, Spotify's free plan is fine. It's better than it was when it first rolled out, but the feature set does have its limits. Spotify's free plan does boast slightly better streaming quality than YouTube Music's free plan, and you do get access to Spotify's entire music and podcast library, and you get unlimited skips. However, you will still have to deal with ads. You can't download songs or podcasts for offline listening, and you also can't organize your song queue, which can be annoying for some listeners. So if we're talking about which streaming service offers the best bang for buck, the answer is probably gonna go to YouTube Music, and that applies for both the free plan and the subscription. So considering everything I've just been talking about in the video, we have two questions to answer. Which is the better music streaming service, and will I finally switch from Spotify to YouTube Music? So let's start with the first question. If you don't want to pay for a music streaming service, then yeah, go with YouTube Music's free plan. Now, if you are willing to pay for a subscription, well then the answer isn't so cut and dry. YouTube Music offers a really good overall value thanks to its large music library and YouTube integration, and you get even more bang for buck if you decide to go all out for a YouTube Premium subscription. So if you watch a lot of YouTube videos and you've been on the fence of going premium, then yeah, YouTube Music may be a good reason to pull the trigger and pay for a subscription. However, I just can't get enough of Spotify's recommendation features. I feel that their algorithms and their recommendation features add a lot of value to the platform, and I feel like it can justify the slightly higher monthly cost compared to YouTube Music. I've really gotten used to features like DJX and Daylist, which adapt to my listening preferences frequently, even throughout the day, and it really does add value to my experience on Spotify. I wish Apple Music and YouTube Music would roll out similar features, because if they did, I probably would switch over. But since they're only available on Spotify right now, I guess that's where I'm sticking with. So for now, it seems I am not going to be switching, and I'm going to be staying with Spotify. That's all the songs I listen to, and I love its recommendation features. However, again, if you value YouTube integration, or you just watch a lot of music videos or video content from your favorite artists, then yeah, YouTube Music may be the better choice for you. Now, as I mentioned earlier, neither Spotify nor YouTube Music offers high-quality music streaming options. So if you're curious as to how Spotify compares with a service that offers lossless audio, then make sure to check out our Tidal versus Spotify video right here. Thanks again to Tune My Music for sponsoring this video, and remember, you can try out the service for yourself for free in the description below. Till next time, guys, happy listening.